Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, as-salatu was-salamu ala Rasulihil Kareem, wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa nistanna bi sunnatihi ila yawmiddin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Last week, inshallah, we finished the part 1 of the year of the delegation, and we said that the year of delegation in the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam started from after the battle of Ahzab, which is the 5th year of the Hijrah, and then it continued up to the end of his life, towards the end of his life. But mostly we talked about this one after all the battles and everything. This is the year 9, so just 1 year before Rasulullah passed away, because this is the time when most of the tribe came. So the historian give the name of this year is the year of Amul Fuad, or it's the year of delegation in English, as we say. So last week we discussed about different tribes that coming and their story, what are they, how they talk to Rasulullah, what they got from him, if any interesting story with these tribes, any miracles and everything like this. So we talked about 6 tribes like this last week. So inshallah ta'ala today we also, and we said there are books only, thesis only on this topic. There is thesis made by the big scholars. They have done all the tribes that came, how they deal with Rasulullah, because this is a very interesting event, because nowadays also we have delegation, but it's not like a tribe delegation. Nowadays also there are people who accept Islam, and there will be people every time they accept Islam, they come to a mosque or they come to a sheikh or something, and they say, this is my problem, I want to accept Islam, but I don't understand this, I don't want to accept this, I want to accept this, why I have to this, so all these questions. So all these things, the same scenario when a tribe came to Rasulullah and accepted Islam. So that's why this is a topic of thesis. This is a topic of great discussion and everything. So today we'll talk about only 3 tribes, 3 more tribes that coming to Rasulullah to accept Islam, and we'll talk some stories behind this tribe, the story of their leaders and everything, and inshallah we'll try to get some benefit of it. So the first tribe today we'll talk about, that is the tribe of Ad-Daus. Ad-Daus is a tribe from the Yemen. It's a Yemeni tribe, and in Yemen at that time also, Yemen is very south of Makkah and Medina, as you all know in the map, and Yemen had a small kingdom also at that time. Like they have a small area and ruled by a king. In Arab society, the king is an unknown thing. Like in the Quraysh and everything, they never had a king. They have a tribe king. So one tribe fights with the other tribe. But in Yemen, and from the very history, if you know the story of Sheba, when Sulaiman alayhi salam got the throne from the queen of Sheba, that is also from the Yemen. So the Yemen was mentioned in the Quran in few places indirectly, and there were kingdom before. So Yemen has some small kingdoms. So this is one of the guy from one of the small kingdom. It's called Ad-Daus, and the name of the leader of this tribe was Tufail ibn Amr. Now Tufail ibn Amr came to Rasulullah, came to Makkah long time ago, meaning when he was in Makkah, before the Hijrah, when he moved to Medina, it was in the early stage of Dawah, maybe 5th or 6th year. So when Quraysh already started torturing Rasulullah, they don't want to listen to the Quran, they do this and they all this thing, all the story that we described in the Meccan period. So Tufail ibn Amr come to do Hajj at that time, the Jahili Hajj, and the people of the Quraysh, they said, look, you came here, very good, we respect you and everything, but listen, be careful. In the city, we have a new guy. He's one of our cousin or something, and he claims that he is a prophet, and actually, basically, he is a magician. Astaghfirullah. This is mentioned in the Quran that they used to call Islam Sahir, and the magician. So don't listen to him. He gives magic through his speech. So don't listen when he is reciting something. It's gonna take you away from your family, take you away from. That's what he's doing. He took our family members, he took our cousins, our sons, our daughters, and they are separated. They are doing different things. So don't be careful with him. So Tufail said, okay, that's fine. So he put cotton in his ear when he was doing the tawaf, because he knows that Rasulullah is near the Makkah or something, and he saw Rasulullah at that time, and Rasulullah was reciting something. So he didn't listen that much, but although he has the cotton, he heard some words from Rasulullah as Rasulullah reciting the Quran, and then he said, okay, it sounds very beautiful, but he still don't understand the meaning because he has the cotton in the ear. So he said, what's the problem? I'm a leader, I'm a smart guy. What else he's going to do with the speech? Let's listen to it, And if I like it, I will probably, listen more. If I don't, I'll leave. That's fine. So he took the cotton off, he went to Rasulullah and he told the story. Then, look, I heard that this is what you do. So tell me something that you know. And it's mentioned in the narration that Rasulullah only recited for him he said that, I am the Prophet of Allah, Allah given him the Quran and all these things, and then he said, he recited Suratul Ikhlas, Suratul Falaq and Suratul Nas, all the three last surahs of the Quran. And with listening to this, the Tufail ibn Amr, he got mesmerized, and he accepted Islam there and then. So he has a soft heart, and Allah guided him through this way. But that is the Makkan period. So he told, Ya Rasulullah, I will go to my tribe, I will go back to Yemen, and I will spread the message of Dawah. Rasulullah, yes, you do that, but be lenient. And at that time you have to understand, there is no rulings there. There is no rulings for 5 times prayer. There is no ruling for Ramadan and everything. Just a normal message that you have to worship one God. So it's mentioned that he went back to the Yemen, and he described these things to his tribes. And on the same day, his wife, his parents, they accepted Islam, and slowly, almost 80 family from his tribe, because he was a leader of the tribe, and they accepted the word and everything. And also, before he left, he asked Rasulullah to make dua for the tribe, and Rasulullah made the dua, Allahumma mahdi ad-Daws, Allahumma mahdi ad-Daws, oh Allah, guide the tribe of Daws, guide the tribe of Daws. So, because of this dua, and also from Allah's other blessings, they accepted Islam. And he came again in almost the 10th year of the Hijrah, when Rasulullah was ready to do the Hijrah, and he was looking for people to take him. He came and he said, Ya Rasulullah, you come to us, come to Yemen. I have 80 families almost, they're listening to your things and everything, come to us. But it is Allah's wish, and Allah probably didn't give permission to Rasulullah to move to Yemen at that time, so Rasulullah rejected them. But anyway, when Rasulullah moved to Medina, he again came to the Tufail ibn Amr, he again came to Medina, but this time he left his tribe. And he was so much into Islam and everything, he left his tribe, and he said, I will come as a muhajir. So he came to Medina with his family and everything, and he said, I want to stay in Medina now. Forget about my tribe, forget about my leadership, I want to stay with you, Rasulullah. And that did happen after the battle of Khaybar. So Rasulullah said, yes, Alhamdulillah, if you want to stay, and Allah will give you the reward of the muhajir, because you left your country and you come and live with us. And from this tribe, when he came, there was a great Sahaba born. And his name was, anybody knows? His name was Abu Huraira. Abu Huraira from this tribe Ad-Daws. And his name was, Abu Huraira's name is, Abu Huraira is the nickname. His name was Abdul Rahman ibn Sakhar in Daws. So Abdul Rahman ibn Sakhar bin Daws, so he came with this guy, and he accepted Islam from Tufail ibn Amr. So imagine the reward, how many hadiths Abu Huraira described. He is the greatest, the most number of hadiths described by Abu Huraira in all the books. He's like more than 5,000 hadiths he described. And he came at the end of the Medina life. He came probably the 7th or 8th year of the Hijrah with this Tufail ibn Amr, and living with Rasulullah. So he stayed there for 2 or 3 years. But even though he stayed for Rasulullah only 2 or 3 years, because Rasulullah made a dua for him, because he cannot remember anything what Rasulullah said. And one day he came to Rasulullah, Abu Hurairah, and said, Ya Rasulullah, I can't remember what you said. I just go from here away and I forget. Then Rasulullah make a special dua that, Ya Allah, give him a good memory. And because of this dua, only in 2-3 years, he memorized so many hadiths. And also there's another reason, he said himself that he never used to leave Rasulullah. Wherever Rasulullah goes, he goes. He didn't get married, he didn't build a house, he didn't do anything. He was with Rasulullah 24 hours basically. Except that Rasulullah went to his own house. Other than every time, and he used to live in the masjid. And that's why he had a lot of problem in eating and everything. Although he was from a good tribe, and his family had house and everything in Yemen. And later on, actually, history says his mom, Abu Huraira's mom, she came back to Medina, and she had money to build a house in Medina, and that's what he did. But just because he was to learn deen from Rasulullah, he stayed there. And one of the narrations says, because sometimes he used to get so hungry, and it's very embarrassing to ask food. It's like begging is not allowed in Islam. So what he used to do, because he knew a lot of hadith and everything, when a Sahaba come to the mosque, he used to ask him a question about a fiqh or something. What's going to happen if we do this? What did Rasulullah say? And he used to start a conversation with the Sahaba, and start walking with the Sahaba. And the Sahaba, when he used to keep the continuous conversation till the Sahaba reach his home. And he knew his intention is that when I reach home, maybe this Sahaba will offer me food, because that is the courtesy of the guest. And if you're walking with someone, if someone is walking with you at the home, you may ask him, come brother, sit, have some food. And that's what he used to do, because he was so hungry and everything. So, and there are other narration about he had problem with the thing. But look at this Abu Hurairah, whatever reward he got, every part of that, a little bit of part of that was went to Tufail ibn Amr, because Tufail ibn Amr is the one who spread the message of Islam to Abu Huraira, and Abu Huraira accepted the Islam. So from this we learn that never trivialize any good thing. When nobody knows the name of the Tufail ibn Amr, but he's the guy who led give the dawah to Abu Huraira, and he even didn't know that what Abu Huraira will become. But he did it probably what he did with the 80 families. But Allah picked one of them and made him a great Sahaba like Abu Huraira. The next tribe today is the tribe of Wail ibn Hujur. Wail ibn Hujur is another tribe from Yemen, and they also had a kingdom, and the prince from there actually name was Wail. Wail ibn Hujur, his name was Wail. So when his name was Wail ibn Hujur, when he came to Medina to accept Islam, to Rasulullah, they heard about the Prophet. It was at the 8th or 9th year of the Hijrah. He came, and Rasulullah gave him a good honor, meaning he is the only one described when he came. Rasulullah took him by his hand, bring him to the mimbar, and to bring someone in the mimbar is a great honor or something, And also it said that Rasulullah took his cloak off, he has a turban, he took it off, he laid it on the ground to sit for the prince, because he has the royal blood, and Rasulullah know how to treat with people. He's Rasulullah, he never ever had, this is another topic, to be honest, and this is one of the scholars says, this is a forgotten sunnah, how Rasulullah behaved with the people. We look for his sunnah, that how he used to pray, how he used to do, come to the masjid, how he used to dress, how he used to keep beard and everything. But his behavior is another topic altogether. How he used to behave with his wife, his friend, the new people, the non-Muslim, Muslim, everything. It is amazing if you just go through that path, that you will see how he give respect to the people. This guy Wail is not even a Muslim at that time, but still he give him honor, because he knows this guy likes honor, because he's from that family. And Wail told Rasulullah, look, my family has taken the throne from me. That the prince family, the king family, they always fight. This cousin fight with this kind, and they have, he lost his throne and everything. And then Rasulullah told him, yeah, well, don't worry, I am giving you much more bigger kingdom than that, and that is mean the Islam. And it is mentioned in the hadith, that the last person to go into the Jannah, Allah will, ask him, Lord, this hadith, that the last person who is after he is in the Jahannam for a long time, Allah took him from the Jahannam, washed him with this and that, and then he went to the Jannah, close to the Jannah. He said, Allah, give me one tree, I'm happy. I'm just going to stay under the tree. I'm happy. Allah give him one more, and at the end Allah said, you get the 10 times of this dunya. So whatever is in the dunya, he will get 10 times. Imagine the whole world and multiply by the 10. This is the last guy who's going to Jannah. Imagine what's going to happen to the other guy. May Allah make us from them, inshallah ta'ala. And then another small story about the Wail ibn Hujur, but that's not related to the Seerah, basically, but it's an interesting thing. When Wail accepted Islam and everything, Rasulullah sent, teaching him one or two things or some things, and he went back to his Yemen and some other tribes to do something, expedition or something. So Wail was in the camel, riding a camel. And with the Wail ibn Hujur, the prince, there was a guy, his name was Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan. Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan at that time was only 17 or 18 years old. So Muawiyah was with Wail ibn Hujur, and Wail was riding the camel, and Muawiyah was walking in the desert with him. So Muawiyah said to Wail, look, I'm a bit tired. Can I share the ride with you? Can you take me in your camel? Wail said, no, it is not benefiting for you to ride with a king. Because although he's Muslim, but he is a prince blood, and he still haven't learned everything. When people become Muslim, in one day you don't accept that the whole person will change. It takes time to get Islam into him. So he is good at everything, and he had a good life. Wail ibn Hujur, he spent a good life. He's a Sahaba, and he spent a righteous life later on. But at that time, he said to the Muawiyah, because he's a young kid, 17, he said, no, you can't just come with me and ride in the camel. And then Muawiyah said, okay, give me your shoe at least, because you're not walking on the desert. I am walking, and my feet's burning. Give me your shoe, I want to. So then he said, no, it is not befitting for you to wear the shoe of a king. Anyway, after 40 years or 42 years, Muawiyah became the first king. As you know, Muawiyah started the kingdom of Umayyad, and he is the son of Abu Sufyan. And actually, he is the Khalifa, but he is the one who started the kingdomship. So he has the dynasty basically. And that time he was almost 60 years old, Muawiyah, and Wail ibn Hujur is still alive. And for some reason, Wail had to go to the palace of the Muawiyah to ask something. And then Muawiyah remembered that day, and he reminded him, remember that day when you said it's not befitting for a king, and Allah made me king today, and Allah bring me to hell. So it's not in a negative sense, but he mentioned this one, and then he asked some help, some delegation help from the Muawiyah. Muawiyah helped him, but later on, when the Muawiyah had a fight, as you all know, with Ali radiallahu anhu, the two Muslim group fight, and in the battle of the Safin, the Uwail ibn Hujur, he was in the side of Ali. Not because of that, but most of the Yemeni people, they support Ali radiallahu anhu, and they fight against Muawiyah. Anyway, so this is an interesting story. So I just want to mention that how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala changed in the same lifetime. Once he was the king and he was riding with him in the barefooted, and now Allah changed the whole thing and made him the king of the whole Muslim world. Muawiyah was the king of the whole Muslim world at that time. There's no other Khalifa at that time. And Ali was almost leaving the thing. So this is what Allah do, or whatever Allah wish to give the kingdom to anyone. The last tribe for today, the tribe of Saqif. This is a little bit bigger discussion, but I'll try to make it as small as possible. As Saqif, that this is a tribe from Taif, and you know the story of Taif, how the people of Taif. What happened when Rasulullah went to do the dawah at Taif, right? They tortured him, horribly, like they're brutal and they're ruthless, they throw stone at Rasulullah. Even the people of Makkah, yes, the people of Makkah, they want to kill him and everything, but the way they tortured, and Rasulullah mentioned in a hadith, after the battle of Uhud, Aisha radiallahu anha asked, Ya Rasulullah, is this the worst day of your life, the Uhud? Because in Uhud, 70 Sahaba died, and Muslim had a great loss, So Rasulullah said, no, this is not the worst day. My worst day of the life is the day I went to Taif. So he still felt how painful it was, that they were throwing stones and he was bleeding with Zayd ibn Haris and everything. So it was terrible for him. So this is the tribe of Thaqif. And then after the conquest of the Makkah, and conquest of the Makkah, they went to the Battle of Hunain. We described the Battle of Hunain and Battle of the Thaqif. And Battle of the Thaqif is the only tribe at that time, in the 9th year of Hijrah, they not even accepted Islam yet. Every part of the Arab accepted Islam because Rasulullah had a war with them. Rasulullah put a siege around their fortress. And as I mentioned before, the Thaqif, the place Taif, still if you go to Taif, you'll see it's up in the mountain. So it's already protected by mountains and everything, and they have good graves and everything, the rain and everything. They're a bit different than other people. So they have some more advantages. So although Rasulullah had a siege around them, but they didn't accept, they didn't give up, they didn't surrender, and it was a long time, 2 months Rasulullah put the siege, and Rasulullah decided, let's not fight with them anymore, we go back to Medina, and leave them, and they will come to us, inshallah Allah will make them come to us. And that's what happened. Now, one of the leader of this Saqif group was Urwa ibn Masud. Now Urwa ibn Masud has lot of what do you call that, like role in the Seerah, but we're going to mention only a few of them. The first thing that Allah mentioned this Urwa ibn Masud in the Quran indirectly. Allah mentioned him in the Surah Al-Zukhruf. There's an ayah. Allah said that they said, when the people of the Quraysh says, if Allah chose you as a messenger, if Allah give Quran to you, why Allah choose you? Why not the two great men from the two great city? The ayah is like this: why not the two great men from the two great cities? So Quraysh used to say, if Allah chose you, okay, I understand, with a great speech of Quran, why you? Why you, Muhammad? Why not two other people from the two great cities? Who are these two other people? In the tafsir, if you read, the two other, one is from Makkah. His name was Walid ibn Mughira. Who is he? Walid. Who is Walid?
Father of Khalid.
Father of Khalid bin Walid, exactly. The father of Khalid bin Walid. So he was mentioned, the Walid bin Mughira, he was mentioned in another surah. Anybody know the surah? Another surah that when he was walking in the room, he was thinking what to say and everything. And Allah mentioned everything in the surah, Surah Al-Muddassir. Ya ayyuhal muddassir qum fa'anzir, wa rabbaka faqabbir. So this surah has mention of this Walid bin Mughira. So he was from Makkah, and another great man was this guy, Urwa ibn Masud, because he was a great poet, great leader of the tribe. So the people think that why not this guy from the Taif? So they are like already outstanding two leader. So if Allah choose a messenger, Allah should have choose one of these two great guys. So that is mentioned in the Quran like indirect reference. And also the second thing about Urwa ibn Masud, when the Hudaybiyah treaty happened, if you remember the Hudaybiyah treaty, that all the Muslims, they went to do Umrah and they stopped them and all this thing, and there's a treaty happened. Urwa ibn Masud came to the people of the Quraysh and they said, I will go, I'll talk to this guy Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I will try to negotiate. And he went there, and remember, I swear, he's the one who was touching the beard of Rasulullah. When he's talking, he was touching the beard of Rasulullah, and his nephew's name is also Mughira. He was with the sword, back of the sword he was touching, and so who's doing this one? And he said, no, next time you touch the beard of Rasulullah, I will cut your hand off. And then, because this is not the adab, you cannot touch your hair, because that is the tradition of the Arab people. When you talk, they touch your hair and the beard and everything. So that time, and also he is the one, when he said to Rasulullah, why are you coming with these people? Because these people has no tribe, because some people are from Ansar, some Muhajir, some this tribe, some those tribe. They have no unity. And at that time, Abu Bakr became very angry. That's the only time Abu Bakr had a very wild card. He basically, swear. It's a very bad word Abu Bakr used, because he was very angry against Urwa ibn Masud. And then this is the guy, when he went back to the Quraysh after the negotiation, he told the famous hadith, he said, I have seen the kings of the Persia, I have seen the kings of the Yemen, I have seen the kings of different places, but no other king was respected as this guy Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was respected by his followers. When he do wudu, before his water drops, they go and run catch the water. When he spit, they catch the spit and put it in their body just for the blessing. I have never seen like this. So that is another difference of the Urwa ibn Masud. And also the third thing, Rasulullah said, when Rasulullah went to the Miraj and he came back from Miraj, he told the Musa, I saw Musa over there, and Musa also looked like the people of Shanua. Shanua is a different tribe, and even if you go now, if you research, Shanua people looks like basically like our feature kind of thing, like darkish skin and everything. And Rasulullah also said that I saw Isa ibn Maryam, and Isa ibn Maryam was just like Urwa ibn Masud. So Isa ibn Maryam was just like Urwa ibn Masud. Now we know how Isa looked, because there's another hadith about Rasulullah that when Isa will come, we know how Isa, so he has broad shoulder, he has curly hair, and his hair is so shiny and greasy, it looks like that he just came out from the shower. So these are the description we have from Isa alayhi salam. So we can think that Urwa was similar, like he had broad shoulder and everything, and he has beautiful, handsome look. Also Rasulullah said that Ibrahim, he saw Ibrahim, and Ibrahim was exactly like who? Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, yes. And also he said, I saw Jibreel, and Jibreel looks like whom? There was a Sahaba who Jibreel is to come as his face. Anybody remember? Dihya ibn Kalb. Dihya ibn Kalb. So he was a handsome guy in Medina, and he's a very beautiful, long face looking guy. And Jibreel is to come sometime in his disguise basically. So anyway, so this is the story of Urwa ibn Masud. Now Urwa ibn Masud, because he had the soft corner, he saw the people, how people follow Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and everything. So when the battle of Taif happened in the 8th year of Hijrah after the conquest of Makkah, Rasulullah left the people of Taif because most of them didn't accept Islam. But Urwa ibn Masud, he followed Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and on the way he accepted Islam because he had seen enough. And he said, no, I know this is the truth. I know him from Treaty of Hudaybiyah. I know his people and everything. So he accepted Islam, and Rasulullah became happy. And he said, Ya Rasulullah, I will go back to Saqib. I will go back to my tribe, and I will spread the Islam. Rasulullah told him, look, be careful. If you do that, they may kill you. Because Rasulullah knows that the tribe of Saqib is very hard-nut. The people of Taif is very hard-nut. After 2 months of siege, they didn't accept Islam. So he's warning Urwa ibn Masud, look, you have accepted Islam. Are you sure you want to go back, or you want to come with me Medina? Because if you go back and if you try to spread Islam, they may kill you. Then Urwa said, no, Ya Rasulullah, you don't know how much they respect me. They even love me more than their daughters. They even love me more than their daughters. So this is the expression. They were like astonished by Urwa ibn Masud. So he used to think like this. That Urwa is the great leader, and everybody is, and that was true actually. That was the truth. But when he went there and he spread the message of Islam, and one morning, just after he accepted Islam, 2 or 3 days, he told the leaders of the Taif that this is what happened, and they became angry with him and everything. So one day morning in the Fajr time, he went up in the roof, and he was giving adhan to himself, the praying Fajr, because he knows the prayer and everything at that time, because this is almost the 8th or 9th year of Hijrah. So he gave the adhan, and when he said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah, the arrow came from somewhere, and it hit him at the back, and he became very much injured, and within few hours, he passed away. And the people came, because the people who used to respect him, they came in and said, what are you going to do with your blood money? Because someone killed you, and it's a tribal thing. They're still following the Jahiliyyah. So what are you going to do with the blood money? Who do you want to give your blood money to? Because he didn't have any family, close family at that time. So he said, look, don't do anything with the blood money, because it's a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah give me a death of shaheed, because I missed all the battles that Rasulullah did, the Badr, Uhud, Khandaq, all this. So I asked Allah, Allah give me the death of the Shaheed, and Allah give it to me, so don't do anything with that. So this is how Urwa ibn Masud, they died. But his death is still not sorted out through blood money. This is the reason the people of Saqif, now they decided that all Arabia is Muslim now, and people are going in tribes and tribes to accept in Islam. The Muslims are getting number every day, their number is increasing. So they said, this is the time, we can't fight with them anymore. We have to go to Medina and we have to accept Islam. So we have to go in the year of delegation and we have to accept Islam. But who's gonna go? They have still 5-6 leaders. All the leaders are afraid that if we go, he will ask, Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam will ask us from the blood money of Urwa ibn Masud, because Urwa was a Muslim, he was close to Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and all these things, so we cannot go. It will be a problem. But they say no, still we have to go. So all the 6 and 7 of the leaders, they went to the Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam to accept the Islam in Medina, and Rasulullah accepted them, and he told the people, the Sahaba, to raise a tent for them in the masjid. So like a cover up tent and everything, so that they can stay there, and that was the month of Ramadan at that time. But I'll finish it with this one. They have much reluctant to accept in Islam. The first thing they said, so they are living in the tent, suppose in the corner of the masjid, and there is another Sahaba who's giving them food and everything. They didn't even trust the food. They said, you eat the food first, I think we have poison here. So Sahaba ate the food, and then they started eating the food. And then also, he said, he was a delegation between the tent and Rasulullah. The first thing they said, we're not gonna, give up riba, because all our money is in riba. How can we give up riba? It is impossible. Rasulullah said, Allah forbid riba, no excuse in that. Second thing they said, we cannot give up zina, because we go to different cities and everything. We have to do zina. We can't just take our wife, every time with us. So please allow this for us. Rasulullah said, no, Allah said zina is forbidden. No exception, no excuse for zina at all. Then they said, the next thing, we cannot give up alcohol, because alcohol, Taif is in the upper mountain. In the winter it's very cold. We can't give up, the alcohol. No, Allah has forbidden alcohol, you cannot give it. So everything they said no at the beginning. Then they said that, about the prayer. 5 times is too much. We cannot pray 5 times. Give me 1 time or 2 times. So, they are just negotiating. Like, so these are the people of the Taif at that time. Rasulullah said, no, there's no excuse for 5 times prayers. You accept. Then, the last thing they said, and this is the main thing, the Tawheed. They had the great idol, Allah. Allah is mentioned in the Quran. The Uzza is in the Hubal is the great idol of the Makkah, and the Allah is the great idol of they used to worship Allah, the idol. And they said, Rasulullah said, what's going to happen with Allah? Because they understand that this is Islam. They can't worship idol. So what are you going to do with our big idol, Allah? Then Rasulullah said, definitely you have to destroy that. You have to break them, in pieces. Then they said, can you give us 3 years to destroy it? They said, Rasulullah, no, not 3 years. They said, okay, give me 2 years. They said, no, 2 years. They said, give me 1 year. No, 1 year. And like this, they come for 1 month. Rasulullah, no, not a single thing. But don't worry, you don't have to destroy it. You don't have to destroy it. I will send people to destroy it. But it has to be destroyed. There is no point in that. And then at the end, they fasted with Rasulullah after this, because that was the month of Ramadan. So they fast few days, and Bilal bring the suhoor for them. And when they bring the suhoor, they said, it's already sun has risen. We don't want to eat suhoor now. We don't want to fast now. But then Bilal said, no, I just came from Rasulullah. Rasulullah is doing suhoor now. And then in the iftar time, Bilal brought iftar for them, and they said, still have time. We don't want you said that after sunset will do iftar, but sun still hasn't set yet. And Bilal said, no, it's okay. Rasulullah start breaking the fast. And from this, scholar said, Rasulullah allowed the suhoor to be a bit late and iftar to be quicker and everything. So that's how they did it. And then Rasulullah sent the Mughira, there's another Sahaba, and also another Sahaba to go with them to their tribe, and they finished the Allah. But they started Islam like this way, and at the end, on the going, when the day they're leaving, they said, we don't want to pay zakah and we don't want to go to jihad. So still they want to get some discount. So we don't want to pay zakah, and Rasulullah said, okay, you can go now, but you may need to go for jihad. So actually the narration said that that time Rasulullah let them go. Okay, you go without jihad and without zakah. But once they left, Rasulullah said they shall pay zakah and they shall pay jihad. Now, just on this hadith, there's a lot of discussion that why Rasulullah do that. And can we do the same thing? Suppose a group of Muslims come here from whatever, like Ruti Hill or somewhere, You know, the non-Muslims, they say, okay, we will accept Islam, but you know, we don't want to do Ramadan next year. Maybe after this one. Can you do it or not? But you know, for this country, we cannot. We have to give them the whatever it's in Islam, because Islam is established now and everything, and we are not in authority. This is not Islamic country, so we cannot do that. But some scholars argue that yes, we have to be extra soft with them, try to understand if they say something about the Quran. Suppose they say we don't believe the story of Adam in the Quran. We believe everything else, but the story of Adam and Eve, I think this is not right. This is not right. Even if they say that, they say okay, that's fine. Slowly they will believe. But you know, we have to be soft and gentle with them, because this is a lot of evidence like this. Rasulullah, you know, say like this. Even one time a Sahaba came, a Bedouin, and he said, yeah, the 5 times Salah is too much for me. I will accept Islam if you give me 3 times. You know, Zohar, Asr, and Maghrib. I'm not going to go in the night. Fajr and Isha I cannot do. The Bedouin was very rude and everything. Rasulullah, okay, that's fine. Go for three times. And the Sahaba sitting and said, Ya Rasulullah, this is 5 times. Why did you give him 3 times? Rasulullah, once he accepts Islam, Allah will put guidance in him, and he will do 5 times. And so this is how Rasulullah, you know, behave with the people of the non-Muslim accept Islam. So inshallah ta'ala we'll finish it here. Jazakallahu khair wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.